Hello, welcome to this very unprofessional presentation of my home-built prototype Arduino flight simulator panel, complete with electrical switches, radio stack, here autopilot system, flaps, spoilers, various trims, and I'll demonstrate it for the Real Air Scout at my local airport, which is Kjeller, near Lillestrøm. This is a freeway scenery, quite nice. So the panel is driven by two Arduino boards that are located near the back, with lots and lots of wires. It's connected through USB through the computer, and I use FSUIPC to interface with the flight simulator. And this is, as you might see, Prepare 3D, or Prepared, and not FSX, although both will work, I believe. Now stop pressing all the stupid buttons. Okay, so first let's look at some of the electrical switches I can use. I'll just use my track IR to position us up to the electrical switches so we can see them. Okay, there we are. So first, just let me toggle all the lights. We have the panel lights, instruments lights, works. We have the beacon, that's not available here. We have nav lights, we have strobe lights, we have taxi lights, which is mapped to cabin lights on this one, and we have landing lights. Also, we have battery, alternator, avionics, fuel pump, de-ice, and pitot heat. So let's try to fire it up. And also this one controls the magnetos. So we have nothing, right, left, both, and then finally the starter switch. So let's fire it up. We do the batteries, we do the avionics, and for some reason it's not modeled right. Alternators, I mean, and avionics. And if we then look forward again, this is a really neat part, because we can then start it just from the panel. So we do the turn on the magnetos, and we get the starter going. Come on. And then we're fired up completely without keyboard or mouse. The reason for the tricky part is, for some reason, it tries to mess with the mixture control, so I have to deal with that on the short quadrant at the same time. So let's look at some other neat stuff we have. We have the radio, which is mapped to the correct radio stack over here. Why did it stop now? And we turn on the just turn on the parking brake. And of course we need the nav lights, the beacon lights on, like the engine going. So let's look at the radio panel. And you can see that the frequencies are mapped. So here we are on the COM1. This is COM2, and here we have nav1 and nav2, and something's wrong with the display at the moment. And we can then use this to change the slave display, and you notice that the change also happens on the simulator, and then we can swap COM1 and COM2. Well, we should be able to. Some debugging is needed. Anyway, you can also control the flaps with this neat flaps lever. And so on. We can also, let's see, where's the autopilot? It's not very visual, but we can turn on the autopilot. We can, I can set, I can put on the, where's the altitude? There's the altitude. I can set an altitude, using the rotary knob I can set a desired vertical speed, climb rate, I can turn on heading mode, I can adjust the heading here, and you will see that the indicator also turns on the panel. The same goes for the course, also reacts to the adjustments. We also have Aileron trim and Rudder trim. This is the gear lever, which doesn't work, and this is the ADF frequency, which I can also control with the knob, as you can see on the screen. I can also switch between different displays. This is sport code, transponder code I mean, DME readouts for the various DME systems. And that's the second ADF, not the first ADF. So that's about it. Most of it works. Apparently the radio thing doesn't really work perfectly yet, for some reason. It should, but I'm not sure why it doesn't. The swap should work, it doesn't. Oh, never mind. The radio isn't that helpful anyway, because I usually just do it by voice or using the scroll button. Come on. Like this. And you can then see how it changes on the display. And also if I then swap, you see the display is updated. And also if I would do the same for, if I go to nav, you should see it also changes on both of them as well. Yeah, so that's about it. I think. You can turn off the, oops, let's stop this. I think you can turn off the fuel boost without that now. And then we can turn off the ignition and the engine stops, and we can pull out the mixture and turn off every system again, turn off the avionics, turn off the battery, turn off all the lights, and we're with parking brakes on, and we're set for the next time. Yeah, and I should mention that this source code is now available online if you're interested. And just for the curious, we can take a peek behind the panel at all the wires and this is the Arduino Mega board and a small Arduino Uno to deal with the rotary encoders. So there you have it.